Alright, this is another one of our road race install videos. Today we're going to show you how to do a header on a 08 Plus Lancer. First step would be to remove your stock strut tower brace if your car is equipped with one, which is just the 14mm nuts here. This car isn't equipped with one, so we'll go ahead and get started. One thing you guys might want to keep in mind is that Cali Spec does have a bracket which sits here, which has a harness on it for your O2 sensor. It's simple, 12mm bolt. Pull that out, pull the bracket out, and then heat shield is held on with 10mm bolts. It has 3 of them. We already took this one off just to save a little time on this install. Then you have 14mm nuts which hold your exhaust manifold on, which is simple enough to take off. There's 4 of them on top and 1 on the bottom. Once you have them broken loose, they're pretty easy to take off, pretty much finger tight. Once you have that taken care of, you're going to want to go ahead and jack your car up as high as you possibly can safely. Make sure you have jack stands underneath. Safety is always key, and we'll show you how to take care of the bottom. Alright, once you get to the bottom of your car, it's pretty simple. Take your stock header off. It's going to be these 19mm nuts here, which they're easy enough to take off. For those of you guys with the Cali Spec header, there is a God damn it, start over. Alright, now that we're in the bottom here, it's pretty simple to take your stock stuff off. Basically, it's just these 19mm nuts here, which we already have broken loose just to save a little time on this video. Do the same thing on the other side to remove the other one. Then you got to remove these spring-loaded bolts here, which are 14mm. Well, there you go, you get the idea. One thing you guys might want to keep in mind is the Cali Spec header does have a O2 sensor which goes here. Just go ahead and leave that in. Just make sure you disconnect the harness, which is up there. I showed you in the first part of the video. Take it all off as one unit. Then you're going to want to go to the front side of your exhaust here. There is a little bracket that connects to your header, which is pretty simple to take off. Then there's one more exhaust nut, which is, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but it's up here towards the bottom of your exhaust. And go ahead and remove that. The Cali Spec header is a little different. It has a flange that comes down flat with 2 bolts that go on there. Same concept though, just take off the bolts, and we'll sneak in from down here or from the top. Alright, so once you got it in place, for now just go ahead and stick a couple nuts just to hold it in place. For those of you guys who are buying the old style header, it's basically just a gasket, which we do supply, that you put here. If you guys are buying this new style, you're going to want to reuse your stock donut gasket as well as your spring-loaded bolts. And the rest is pretty straightforward. Just go ahead and reverse all the steps you did to get everything off. Make sure you have everything nice and tight so you don't have any leaks. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure you reconnect your harness for your... Alright, for those of you guys getting the new style header, you are going to have to use your spring-loaded bolts like I mentioned. What you're going to want to do is stick them through on this part first. Put this flat washer, which will be included in the kit, on the other side of the flange. Then put your donut gasket on. This is our prototype header for this style header, so this one doesn't have the nuts welded on to the flange, but yours will. So same thing, go ahead and stick the bolt through, put the washer between the two flanges, and repeat the same step. And go ahead and hook everything else up, being sure to use the supplied hardware, lock washer, then nut, as well as the supplied 2-bolt gasket. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to this install. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and give us a call here at Road Race. The number is 562-906-0080, or just go ahead and visit our website. If you guys have any other questions, just go ahead and email us. All of the contact information is under contacts. And that's about it.